All right, what's up, guys? Chokosir here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Seed of the Week. This is number 211, and for this week, we finally get to have a vanilla long seed for our weekly seed. I know we've had Mana Tree Revival for the past, 4 weeks, I want to say? 4 or 5 weeks. But this week's going to be a vanilla long seed, which means, obviously, we have to defeat the Mana Beast to complete the seed. All right, so with that said, we have 12 flags for this weekly seed. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. Starting off, we have a sprite start. We have restrictive logic, hard complexity. Basically, the progression items could be in more obscure locations. They could be harder to get to in general. They could be behind chains. So we do have to keep that in mind throughout the run. Hints are disabled. It is what it says. No hints are going to be available to us aside from the Nestle Berry. Swapped bosses. Basically, the bosses are randomized. Vanilla enemies. It is what it says. All the enemies are going to be in their vanilla locations. Find one character at current level. So this is going to be a 2-character seed. We have the sprite as our starting character, of course. So the other character is either going to be the boy or the girl. And the third character will not be in the seed at all. We also have high chest drops and many chest traps. Again, self-explanatory. Enemy type status ailments. We also have faster magic levels disabled again this week. So those of you who saw the last seed of the week and the seed of the week before that know what faster magic levels disabled means. So the spell experience is going to be set to their vanilla values. So spells are going to be leveling up slower. And we have MP restore at level up disabled. So we will have to keep tabs of our MP as best as we can. We may have to rely more on ends or walnuts, Luna if we happen to find her somewhere. So we have to keep that in mind as well. So yeah, those are the flags for this weekly seed. So between MP Restore at level up being disabled, faster magic levels being disabled, many chest traps, and hard complexity, this has the potential to be a rude seed. Of course, it depends on where everything is, how everything is laid out. It also kind of depends on if our other character is either the boy or the girl. It could be a very sprite-centric seed. But it might be a sprite-centric seed anyway, because it's sprite. But who knows? Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so we do start with the flaming drum. Alright, so let's see. Sprite start. Should be good. Yep. Okay, sword start. Luna agility. Okay. We're going to start off by picking up some freebies here. And then we will go on from there. I am considering a early Pure Land run, but it depends on what our freebies gets us first. Okay, $1,000, which is a really good start, by the way. The only issue I see with doing Pure Land super early is the fact that I might need to buy like 5 or 6 walnuts. That's the only issue I see with that. So yeah, we're just gonna see what our freebies gets us first. I actually probably should go to a dwarf village here and get those freebies first. We can go back though. Okay, Midge Mallet and 200 gold. All right, cool. We take that. I'm actually going to double back and check out the freebies in Gaia's Naval here. And honestly, I might just move south from here. I might just go to Lighthouse after this. Alright, bow ore 1 watts. We could check the shop while we're here, but we're gonna get the freebies here first though. Okay, nothing there. Dryad for Earth Palace. Okay. And there's the bow. I suppose we can forge that, I guess, but I don't want to save my money right now. Alright, what do we got? Okay, power wrist is good. It's about the only thing I can afford here. I could get that, but that would be ultra greedy if I get that now. Go ahead and grab that. First of all, what is on this bow before I forge it? Sterling stone is not bad actually. We can keep it. Matter of fact, I might just switch to it because it has stone property on it. Means we can kill stuff a little bit faster. Alright, keep in mind that the chests have many traps in them. Ooh, fire seed. Okay, fire seed's nice. Go ahead and take that. Rope on out. And yeah, I think I'm gonna head south here. We're gonna head south. I could have forged the bow, but I don't think I should right now. But yeah, I mean, depending on what we find on our freebies, it's going to determine if I want to go straight to Pure Land or not. I mean, I would need at least 3,000 gold to get 6 walnuts. And that's if I find any magic on the way. If I don't find any magic, I don't think I'll go to Pure Land. But yeah, like I said, it's going to depend on what we find on our freebies. That's why I want to check everything before I make that decision. Alright, Darkstalker, come on down. Ow. There we go. Money? Nope. I was hoping. Alright, there's the gold key. Sure, we take that. Alright, what you got? Okay, golden tiara's nice. Silver band, hair ribbon. We can pick this up, I guess. We don't need to buy walnuts right now because we don't have any magic right now. Okay, we do have the fire seed. Hmm. All right, glove orb. All right, so from here we head to Matango. We can peek the shop just to see what's in it. Frosty Ring. I mean, this is nice, but I don't know if I should get that. I really don't. Because like I said, I might have to save up some money. Push comes to shove, I might have to farm, but farming is kind of a bad idea because we do have many chest traps enabled. So unless we find Prim and Sylphid, then farming is not going to be a good idea. Oh, we had the gold key, so we can go ahead and we can take this first chest in Light Palace for free. Might as well. Okay, level 1 bow. Ooh, the gloves. Okay. All right, there's $100. We take that. The gloves. I wonder if I forged the glove to level 2. And we can check stuff out of logic. Okay, Axor Mormera. I wonder if that's a smart idea. I suppose I can drop a save just to see what's on the second glove. Alright, Tiger Cap, Circlet. Okay, chest guards are here. That's nice. I kind of need to sleep, but we're about to level up, so we're not going to worry about sleeping right now. I am going to save, though. Because if I can get the glove to level 2... Alright, Tillian Claw. We're going to leave the bow as it is right now. Ooh, okay. Intelligence and stone. Alright. Yeah, we keep that. For sure, we keep that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and swap over to it. We can't petrify these knights, though. We can kill them, though. And that's my chance to pick up chests before I level up. Alright, level 2. Alright, gloves to level 2. Okay, there's the Dryad Seed. And Sylphid. Okay, Sylphid's good. Here's hoping that the other character is the girl. That way we can use Analyzer and disarm these damn traps. But that's too much like right. Not to mention its hard complexity, so... the other character might be sitting at a higher complexity level. Wow, okay, Light Seed and Dryad Seed in Northtown Castle. Too bad this ain't Mana Tree Revival. We have 3 seeds already. Yeah, I honestly don't think an early Pure Land run is in the cards. I don't think it is because we won't have the money for walnuts, I don't think. Unless we find something here, but I don't know. Because otherwise we'd have to farm. Or find Luna within the next couple of checks, which who knows. Alright, Whip Orb. Luna would be massive right now if I find her. Because we have 3 seeds. We have Sylphid. If I find Luna, then I am 100% going to Pure Land early. $1,200. Okay. Do I check the back chest? No. We're not checking the back chest. I could, but I'm not going to. Okay, so... Oh, let me check Ice Country first. We'll check Santa's house and then Ice Palace. So we should have 2,000 gold, right? I think we have 2,000 gold. Alright, Boom Orb. Let me check real fast. I think we have 2,000 gold. Well, close to it. Okay, 1,800. 1,800 is enough for 3 walnuts. 3 seeds. Yeah, I don't think it's... I don't think it's a good idea. Unless I grind Silver to level 3 maybe, but... that's gonna take a little bit. I know what I can do though, is check... Yeah, we already been to Lighthouse. What I can do is check Sunken Continent. We can check the first 2 orbs in Grand Palace to see what we need. Because we don't have hints. So any information that we can get is very valuable right now. Shade. Okay, so shade is required. And gnome. Alright, so gnome and shade. Okay, we're gonna check this chest out of logic since we don't have the axe, obviously. I'll kill this guy first. Ah, I didn't get it. There we go. Oh, there's shade right there. Okay. That doesn't really help me at the moment though, because we don't have the whip. We can't really learn more about Grand Palace. What we can do, though, is go to Fire Palace. Okay, so Shade is out of logic since we don't have the axe. I might have to climb the wall. Let me check and see what this orb is first before I do that. Oh, okay, never mind. We don't have to climb the wall. Alright, so Shade required for the first orb. We don't have to climb the wall, thank goodness. However, this chest is still out of logic, though. Dark Seed, okay. And the reason these chests are still out of logic is because Shade itself is out of logic. What am I doing? Wow, alright, well. That's what you want me to do. So be it. Okay, 400 bucks. Also out of logic. So yeah, the entirety of Fire Palace is out of logic right now. Moogle Belt, okay. Since we don't have the whip, we can't do anything else here, so we need to rope out. We have 4 seeds. I'm honestly thinking to just go to ruins here. Oh, did we go to we did go to Matango. Okay, never mind. Yeah, let's go to ruins. I'm really not feeling an early Pure Land run. I'm really not. $2,200 gold. Yeah, I'm not feeling early Pure Land right now. Because unfortunately, we did not find Luna. Ooh, I just noticed my tracker. I think I know who the other character is. And I'll tell you guys why I think that later on in the synopsis, but the tracker has a weird little quirk when it comes to seeds that have less than 3 characters. And if you know the quirk, then it'll flat out tell you who the other character is. So if I'm looking at the tracker correctly, I'm thinking the other character is the boy. Because I've noticed that in the past, on past seats. Who is this? Blue Dragon. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Dark Force at it. Okay. There we go. All right. So, if you look at the tracker, you see that Lumina is lit up, and I obviously don't have Lumina. That tells you that the girl is not in the seed. Okay, Jab Orb. Ooh, Wind Seed. That's actually pretty big because we can turn in the Wind Seed and then I can grind. Oh, wait a minute. I might be able to grind magic at the Wind Palace. Maybe. Uh, I mean, that's nice, but I'm not gonna get that. Okay, so let me think. 2,300 gold, 5 seeds, Sylphid, Shade. Well, let me see what's in the treasury first before I make that decision. Because I'm thinking I'm gonna go turn in the Wind Seed. Okay, nothing on Girl. Okay, Glove Orb, Bow Orb, another Bow Orb. Here's Dryad, Axe Orb, and Glove Orb. Okay, so Dryad was the real prize there. I wonder. Maybe we can do early Pure Land. I need to sleep real quick though. I might have to sacrifice some time. Because we're sitting on 5 seeds. We have Sylphid, we have Shade, we have Dryad. We just got Dryad. Okay. Let me kill this boss and then I'll figure this out. Alright, Hexes. We're gonna go ahead and throw out 2 bursts here. Okay. Alright. So here's what I'm thinking. If we want to make this early Pure Land work as smoothly as possible, make this early Pure Land go as smoothly as possible. And like I said earlier, I might have to sacrifice some time to do this. Dang, another Glove Orb. We have 5 orbs. But what I'm thinking is we go in here, we grind Dryad to like level 4. Axe Orb, Boom Orb. Okay, so nothing. We grind Dryad to level 4. Which is gonna take, I believe, I want to say, it was at 12, 13, 15, 17. Oh, I'm actually gonna do this. I'm trying to map this in my head. So 12 plus 13 is 25. So 25 spells to level 2. And then it's another 15 spells to level 3. I think it's 15. And then 3 to 4 is going to take 17 spells. And then 4 to 5 is going to take 20 spells. I think my math is right. We are level 5. So to get, if I wanted to grind Dryad all the way to level 5, it's gonna take 77 spells. If my math is right. Might as well save, sure, why not? But I don't think I need to grind Dryad to 5. I think level 4 should be enough. I think. Yeah, we just hit 2. Like I said, I'm gonna have to sacrifice some time. Four spells per cycle. 2 to 3 requires 15 spells. To be honest, this grind doesn't bother me because I've done this grind many times before on Vanilla Secret of Mana. I mean, I've been playing this game for dang near 30 years now. And I have done runs where I've grinded everything up to level 8. And it takes a long time, trust me. And those of you who played this game before know what I'm talking about. The grind from level 7 to level 8 is absolutely insane. Because I believe level 7 to level 8 requires 50 spells. Because you only get 2 points per spell at level 7. So the grind doesn't really bother me. I mean, it does take a little bit of time, but it is what it is. I think level 4 should be enough, though. I think. And the only reason I'm sneaking in dispels is to use up all my MP. Get extra spell experience on Shade. And I think my Shade is level 1. Yeah. So here's my idea. We grind Dryad to level 4. And we go to Pure Land. I still need to buy about 4 walnuts though. Because obviously there's 6 bosses there. I'm really hoping level 4 is enough. Okay, we just hit 4. To get to level 5, I need another 20 spells. Yeah, I really think level 4 Dryad should be enough. Alright, let's see if this works. We're going to do some theory crafting here. Let's go to Kakara. We're going to buy 4 walnuts. Or as many walnuts as I can afford, which I think is 4. Actually... yeah. And we're gonna save. Do I need 5? I hope I don't need 5. I'm scared I need 5. Let me go grab this spider legs down here. Damn. Screw it. I'm going. I think 4 should be enough. I hope and pray that 4 is enough. But something tells me it's not going to be enough though. So yeah, I'm going to play this safe. I have to play this safe because if 4 walnuts is not going to be enough to get me through Pure Land, then I'm going to be SOL. So let me kill these guys first. A couple wishes, we can sell that. All right. We're going to go back and get ourselves an extra walnut just in case. Because like I said, I don't think 4 walnuts is going to be enough to get me through Pure Land. Depends on what's there too. We have a level 4 Dryad. All right, there we go. Now we have 5. All right. 5 walnuts, level 4 Dryad, and a dream. Let's go. We're going to try to get through Pure Land with what we have. Okay. And here's hoping that I'm not going to regret not getting, you know, Dryad to level 5. Okay, gloves have int on them, so that's a bonus. Snapdragon? Yeah. Alright, so... Nice. That's what we wanted. We wanted one-shot bosses right now. Alright, bow orb, fear orb. Okay. We wanted one-shot bosses right now. That's what we want to see. We're not going to walnut just yet. We still have 5 MP. And we're going to use that for the next boss. Red Dragon. Okay. Nah. Okay. It wasn't enough damage, but that's fine. Okay, we're going to have to pop a walnut before the next boss, though. Jab orb, nothing. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pop that walnut right now. We are level 8. And this is called using your MP wisely. There is no need to spam on bosses when your magic is doing enough damage to literally one-shot them. Or two-shot them. I don't want to see you though. I might need to. Yeah, I might need to. Alright. We're just gonna finish him off with glove attacks here. Yep. Let's swap to the sword. Okay, so 2 MP. I think what we do is cast 2 Dispel Magics to get Shade a little bit more XP. Boom Orb, Bow Orb. Okay. Yeah, we can cast those right now, actually. Because I won't be using Air Blast, so... Not gonna bother. And we're only preparing Shade for, like, the end game. Dread Slime and Mana Beast. Of course. All right, let's see. Walnut. Swap to gloves. Snow dragon. Okay. I might need 2 here. Yep. That might have been a low roll too. There we go. All right, so far so good. We only used what, 2 walnuts so far? So we have 3 left. 2 MP left. What is this? Level 10? Spears orb. The axe. Okay, axe is good. So this plan might work. I'm just dumping this 2 MP on Shade here. There we go. And I'll walnut before I get to the next boss. Go that. Okay, walnut right now, actually. I don't know, maybe 4 walnuts is enough. We'll see. Okay. Here we can go 2 bursts in a Dark Force. Yeah. I'm gonna try to finish him without walnutting here. Try to. Eh. I might need to charge. There we go. Sometimes you have to use your resources properly. Like right there, I knew the boss was low enough that I didn't need to use a walnut. Because walnuts in this particular seed are precious. Okay, boom orb. We're gonna go ahead and walnut right now. So this will be our 3rd one. Or is this our 4th? No, that's our 4th. Okay. Okay, so that was our 4th walnut we just used. Oh gosh. All right. Let me swap to the gloves and then cast. Yeah, I know he's strong against Dark Force, but we're using it for the spell experience, yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and drop this last walnut. Might as well. Yeah, I'm glad I did. You should be dead, right? Good. Because I was thinking about just meleeing him, but then again, it's Dark Lich, so I might as well just use that walnut. Okay, so it turns out we did need 5 walnuts. I'm really glad I got that 5th walnut. All right, glove orb, $600. Okay. All right, so let's see. Swap to that. Hit this. All right, so I think what we do now. Well, let's see what's on the mana tree first. We got the axe. So that unlocks Witch's Castle. That unlocks Dark Palace. Yep, I knew it. The boy. I figured the boy was the other character. Okay, so boy came with the javelin, it looks like. Okay. Javelin is light and strength. Axe is lunar agility. We have 2,700 gold. So I need to get this boy some armor. So let's get out of here. All right, so the real prize there was the axe. All right, let me see. We could check. We could check total village, sure. I think my next play is either Dark Palace or Witch's Castle. Okay. Ooh, circlets here. That's too greedy though. Okay, Sprite can keep his dang golden tiara for now. I think we saw fancy overalls at Matango. So we can pick up one of those. Actually, no. I'm thinking Witch's Castle is my next play because we can't get through Dark Palace without a whip. So, and we won't have the whip. Fancy overalls. Yeah, this is fine, I think. Yeah, I think Witch's Castle is my next play. We're gonna follow the axe right now. Okay, Sprite on gloves. Let me put this armor on you before I forget. Get that, you get that. I gotta upgrade Sprite's armor too. Oh, I need to sleep, don't I? I do actually. Okay, let me not do that just yet. I need to go sleep. It's so annoying. MP restore level up is disabled is so annoying. So annoying. I should have just went to dang Potos, but that's okay. I'm already here. But yeah, I don't think Dark Palace is a good play right now. I would rather go Witch's Castle. As a matter of fact, force that. Force that. Fair spread. Okay, Con Dryad, Beast Con Fire. Okay, not bad. Oh, we saw Power Wrist in the shop, right? I forgot earlier. We saw that earlier. Okay. So now boy is taken care of. Gotta get the Sprite some better stuff soon. He should be okay for now, though. But yeah, right now we're just gonna check what's behind Witch's Castle because we got the axe in Pure Land. We're gonna follow that. We're gonna follow that. Speaking of the axe, I need to put that on before I leave. I mean, granted, I could just walk up there, but I'm not going to. All right, we still have 5 seeds. Still don't know where Gnome is. We have Shade. Swap to the sword. I feel as though this is a case where I don't want to be checking stuff blind. I want to follow possible chains. If I kill that, thank you. Because it is hard complexity, and progression items that you find on hard complexity tend to have other progression items behind it. Not all the time, but sometimes they do. So the axe could lead us to something. So that is why I would rather check what's behind the axe. Or axe locked areas, I should say. And this is an axe locked area. Sure, we kill this. I am going to drop a save though. And just in case there's nothing here, which, I mean, who knows? All right. Yeah, I feel this is the right play. Okay. I just wanted to see, dang it. All right, do we get a hint? No more hints. Okay, so we do not get a hint. In other words, we have everything that the Necessary Berry's hints were pertaining to earlier. Okay, Fire Gigas. Oh, Frost Gigas rather, not Fire Gigas. What am I talking about? Alright, get over here, Spike. Dryad should be hitting 5 pretty soon. I want to say. But yeah, Dryad is hard carrying the seed, which is what we want. Okay, glove orb. You have 7 glove orbs. That is insane. Insanity. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, there's our whip. Vanilla whip too. Alright, boom orb there. Okay, so now we have choices. Now we have choices. We can turn in the Dark Seed. We can turn in the Light Seed. Let me go sleep in Potos real quick. I could fully clear early game. I could do that. Let's checkmate the Saint. Might as well checkmate the Saint while I'm here. Buffy. Oh, Vampire. Okay. Okay. Now it's a little bit more difficult because we have both the axe and the whip now, which means pretty much everything is available to us. So now we do have to blind check stuff because we don't have hints. So we have to blind check stuff now. All right, sword orb. Ooh, earth seed. Okay. You know what? I might just go chase that. Because we got the whip from Witch's Castle. We got the Earth Sea from there. We got Dryad to get inside. We can chase that. As a matter of fact, what I think I'll do is fully clear Gaia's Navel altogether. Since we didn't check these bosses earlier, we might as well since we're here. We got 2,000 gold. Right on the gloves is fine for the rest of the seed, pretty much. Alright, Masamune. Okay. Also gonna grab some tiger caps while I'm here. I'm pretty sure I saw tiger caps here. I think. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna grab some tiger caps here. Okay, so we can sell this. We can sell this. Keep those. There we go. Alright, so boy should be fine for a little bit. I gotta get Sprite some better body armor though. We saw chest guard in Northtown, I think. Okay, Sprite should be full in peace, so we'll save. We're gonna save split these bosses just to get them out of the way. If Dryad hits level 5 in this next fight, then I might just keep that spell experience. Okay. We also have to find Gnome. Still don't have Undini, no Salamando, no Luna. Axe Orb, Whip Orb, nothing. Reset. Okay. So nothing there. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and clear Gaia's Navel out in one go. Spring Beak. Yep. That was a low roll, I think. Yeah, it was. Ooh. Okay, drive just at 5. I honestly think I keep that spell experience though. Because the bosses are scaling up, of course. I don't want Dryad falling too far behind. I might just keep whatever's here. Boom Orb, Glove Orb. Okay, yeah, I'm going to keep that spell experience. Alright, so we save. Well, refill MP and then save. And then we are going to check Earth Palace because we have Dryad. I should go back and get that 2 MP back. I really should. Because now I can only cast 2 burst spells instead of 3. So I'm going to go back and sleep. I know it sounds silly, but sometimes the difference between casting 2 spells and 3 spells in a boss fight is pretty huge. Especially since our Dryad is level 5. You might be going, you're going to sleep for 2 MP? Yeah, I am. And I believe it's worth it. Alright. Alright, who is this? Kettlekin. Okay, we got you. Oh, gosh, dang it, I'm resetting. Oops. I meant to cast Burst, not Sleep Flower. That's my bad. I deserve that. Got a little too trigger happy there. Should need to. Yep. Yeah, that was my bad. The cursor was on Sleep Flower instead of Burst. Sometimes I can go too fast for my own good. Okay, level 15. Alright, let's see what we have here. Ooh, there's Luna though. And the Water Seed. Okay. Luna though. I am tempted to just get this to level 3, like right now. $73. Sheesh. Alright, let me shrink spider. I'm tempted to get this to level 3 right now. Like that thing. Wait, didn't I shrink you? I thought I did. We want to level up Luna right now because the enemies are level 15. I did shrink them. And level 0 magic absorb is going to be draining for 1. And we can't have that. We cannot have that at all. So that's why we want to spend a little bit of time to get Miss Luna up to level 3. Level 4 is a little bit overkill. Level 3 should be fine for now. At least I hope it is. It's like I said on the last seed of the week, Luna falls off pretty hard once the enemies start scaling up. And if you don't keep her leveled up, then she's not going to be draining anything. Oh crap, you did not get your MP, did you? Okay. I should just go to Wind Palace, honestly. Let's just go to Wind Palace. It's easier. I don't have to deal with, walking in and out. While I'm doing this, I'm going to think about my next play here. Probably turning in the Water Seed, I guess? We could turn in all the seeds, I think. Water Seed, we can turn in. We turned in the Earth Seed. We turned in the Wind Seed. Fire Seed, I'm not sure we can turn in. I mean, we have the whip to get through there, but we don't know what that third orb is. We could turn in the Dark Seed too. And we could turn in the Light Seed and the Dryad Seed. So I think that's what I'll start doing, is turning in seeds. After I get this to level 3, that is. Okay. I want to check Sprite spell experience here. Okay. Luna just hit 3. Shades at 2. Dryad's at 5, 12. Sophie's at 0. I think we should be okay. We had 2,700 gold. Sprite, let me get you some armor because you kind of need it right now. So we're gonna stop by Northtown real fast and get him a chest guard. We have tiger caps. I'm pretty sure I saw chest guards here. Unless I'm mistaken. No, they were here. Okay. So we'll grab that. We don't need that. Grab these just in case. Grab these just in case I need to heal. Circlet is probably my next purchase though. For the Sprite. You can have that. Alright, so we are going to start turning in mana seeds. And see what happens. Because now we have to start blind checking stuff. That's pretty much all we can do. Alright, so let's go to the Water Palace. Water Palace is over here. I can't remember if I saved or not. Sprite is full MP. Now that we have Luna, we don't have to rely on walnuts as much. Oh gosh! As soon as I say that, but dang gigas. Well, we should be fine though. Start charging here. Okay. Now, we don't want to let our MP hit 0. So we have to keep tabs on it. I'm pretty sure I did not save before doing this check. I don't think I did. Alright, what do we got? Spear orb, nothing. Okay, did we save? I did save, but I'm gonna save again. Okay, so nothing at Wind Palace. I would check Undini's cave, but that's not what I want to do right now. So I would rather, honestly, I would rather check Fire Palace and see if we can actually do anything in here. There's Dark Palace, Light Palace, and the Dryad Seed pedestal as well. Okay, we're full MP, right? Yeah. Oh, right, because we went to Luca. Alright, so here's hoping that this last orb isn't like Undini or Salamander or something. We can also go to Grand Palace and see what else we need now that we have the whip. Alright, please be good to me. Okay, good. Shade is good. All 3 Fire Palace orbs were Shade orbs, which is interesting. Alright, who is this? Buffy. Okay. Alright, I have to watch my MP here. I have to drain. I can't use 4 MP. I think he's dead. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to check Grand Palace here because we don't know what else we need. We're still missing Undini, who could be required, and we're still missing Salamander, who also could be required, and Gnome, who's required. So I think we need to go there and check. Oh, wow. Okay, so Gnome is here. Let me drain MP real quick. Someone get on the screen, please. Oh, right, because I killed the boss. There's no enemies here. I knew that. Okay, let me sleep. In Kakara. We'll save. Walnut check is 1. I don't feel safe with that, so let's go ahead and get one more. Just to be on the safe side. Hmm. Make a pit stop real quick. Yeah, I think I have to go to Grand Palace and see what else we need, because that way I'll know exactly what I'm looking for. Because I don't want to be blind checking right now for elementals. Okay, we'll grab this for the boy. Get him off that fancy overalls. There we go. A sprite. Okay, never mind. Okay, we saved. Get out of here. Yeah, we need to find out what else we need for Grand Palace. Because if we need Undini or Salamando, then we have to go out and find them somewhere. At least I'll know what I'm looking for. Instead of just making other checks right now and blind checking elementals that we may not need, let's play this safe and find out what exactly we need. Okay, so we got Gnome. We got Shade. Okay. So right now, this is just an information check, what we're doing. Alright, so we're gonna head upstairs. Okay, another gnome room. Alright. Dryad. Okay. We have that too. So Dryad is required as well. Alright, so far so good. We have all the elementals required so far. We don't know what else is up here though. Luna. So that means that Earthseed was required. Luna again. Alright, we're in good shape here. Now, if this last orb room is Undini or Salamando, then we're gonna have to go find them somewhere. You're full MP. Yes, you are. So let's go ahead and cross our fingers and hope and pray that this isn't Undini or Salamando up here. Nope. Shade. Alright, so we are actually good to go. Alright, we are good to go. We are now in go mode. We're getting walled, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off of him. Well, we don't got time for that. All right, who is this? Ooh, fire chicken. I guess I gotta bust out Dry. I don't got no choice. Hmm. Ooh, that's bad though. That's bad though. Luna draining for 1 right there. Then again, it was an Axe Beak, which has rather a decent amount of magic defense. Okay, Boom Orb. I'm gonna step outside real fast and drain this Dark Knight. I might not be able to. I need to hit him. No, I can't. Damn. Yeah. Okay, let me do this then. There we go. That's better. I didn't want to use the Fairy Walnut there because it's not necessary. Alright, nothing. Oh, there's Salamando though. Oh, late and wrong. Wow. Alright, game. We're just gonna use Dryad here. Okay. Yeah, this was a pretty rude seed, I have to say. I mean, seeing where everything was now, this was a pretty rude seed. Okay, Whip Orb and 2,000 bucks. Okay. I might stop by a shop and get Sprite a circlet, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, seeing where everything was, you know what? I can honestly see some forfeits on this seed. And this isn't to throw shade on other runners, but I can definitely see some forfeits on the seed. All right, Sword Orb, Axe Orb. Okay, how much money do we have? Wow, we have 9K. All right, let me see if I can spend it. We saw Circlet in North Town. Yeah, we'll buy circlets for the boy and Sprite here. We don't need to forge weapons. Sprite's good for the rest of the run as far as weapons are concerned. So yeah, we can pick up 2 of these, sure, why not? 6,300. I don't need walnuts, honestly. I might need them, who knows? I doubt it though. I mean, now that we have Luna. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright. But yeah, I can definitely see some folks forfeiting the seed because, I mean, the flags are not, these are not easy flags. They're really not. Okay, Sprite. How far are you from level 4? 54, okay. I think on the safe side, what I'll do is just find her to level 4. And this is just in case that we drain Mana Beast for 1 MP, which can definitely happen, even though it's weak to Luna. Okay, level 4. But yeah, I mean, like I said, these are not nice flags. And this is not an easy seed. Minotaur. Alright, our surface level 0, unfortunately, so we gotta bust out Miss Dryad here and let her go to work. I got one more. Okay. And I really think that this is going to be a rather tough seed for a lot of runners. It was a tough seed for me. Okay, level 20, Dab Orb. We should be at full MP. Yeah, well, we're missing 1 because we leveled up. That's why we leveled up to level 20. Our Shade is level 2, which should be enough to deal with Dread Slime. I don't know. Should be. Hard to find out though. Now, what I'm worried about is my magic absorb. Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Good enough. I should be dead here, maybe? Yeah, he's dead. Alright, so far so good. We are definitely not getting sub 130 here. That's just not gonna happen. Okay, no level up. Ooh, wow. Undini on the Mana Fortress. Yeah, sometimes the rando likes to do stuff like that. It'll put things on the Mana Fortress where you don't need them. We'll try to grind this to level 3. Okay, there we go. All right. Watermelon. Let's get above him. Smack him. I actually want to use Shade Magic here because he's strong against Giant, obviously. So we're just gonna stick with Dark Force here. 4, okay. Okay, there's all 40 of his MP. Nope, not dead yet. There we go. We're gonna have to walnut here before we start the Mana Beast fight. Which thankfully we have, I think we have 2. There we go. Alright, let's see. We have 16 MP. We get 3 gates. And an MP drain. Now, unfortunately, we can't do the trick where we keep him in one spot because we don't have to go. We don't have all 3 characters, unfortunately. Can we reach? Yes, we can reach. No, we can't reach after this, though. Alright, let me unpigmy you. Alright, we're gonna get smacked here. Yeah, that's fine. We're okay. Like I said, we don't have to go here, so it's unfortunate. It is what it is, though. He should be almost dead anyway. Alright, he's dead. All right, GG. Yeah, this seed was pretty rude, for sure. I can definitely see this seed being rude for a lot of runners, actually. Just by seeing where everything was and the flags. Okay, so 132.45 is our time for this seed of the week. Honestly, that's not a bad time considering what we had to deal with, considering where everything was, and considering what we did. Um, but yeah, I mean, this combination of flags is rude. Plain and simple. I mean, you get no hints. You get you have hard complexity to deal with, so it may take you more time to get to your progression. We have many chest traps, so if you need to farm for money, it's hard to do that because you have to deal with a bunch of traps. We also don't have access to Prem on this run, so that means you don't get access to stuff like Speed Up or Analyzer. Analyzer would have been wonderful this seed, but unfortunately we didn't have access to Prem. Cure Water, Wall, stuff like that. We don't have access to any of that. So you pretty much have to rely on the sprite this run. Pure Land early is doable, I feel. But the issue with that is the lack, I can't say the lack of, but there's not enough money on free checks. I think there was, 1,000 golden potos. There was 200 gold in Moogle Village, and I think there was like 1,000 gold in Northtown Ruins or something like that, or 1,200 gold in Northtown Ruins, I think. So the issue with doing Pure Land early is the fact that you don't have Luna for one thing, and you need at the very least, you need 5 walnuts. You also need to make sure those walnuts are used properly, because if someone runs into Pure Land with like level 0 magic, they're not going to get very far unless they spend the time or the money to upgrade weapons. Now, that is an option, but the boss fights are going to be slower. So I decided, you know what? After freebies, we're just going to go a traditional, freebies in the Pandora Ruins and see what we get from the 7 checks there. Luckily, we came out with the Wind Seed and Dryad. Now, Dryad hard carried this seed, as she usually does. She hard carries seeds. But finding that Wind Seed and then finding Dryad made me think, because it made me think, how can I put Dryad and 5 seeds to work for me? Because if you check your freebies, you get at least 3 seeds? Because I think the Dryad seed was free, the Light seed was free, the Fire seed was free. Matter of fact, we found the Fire seed first. The Fire seed, Light seed, Dryad seed, all those were free. Now, if you decided to grab the gold key from Tasnica and then go to the gold aisle, check that first chest in Light Palace and get the glove, and then check Sunken City out of logic, you'd come up with Shade, which Shade was super required for Fire Palace, because Fire Palace had Gnome. And what else did Fire Palace have? I think Fire Palace had the Dark Seed as well. So the Dark Seed, Gnome, and I think the money and the Moogle Belt, I want to say. Some other stuff was in there. But if someone gets the glove goes to Sunken City, check that chest out of logic, they come up with shade, and then go to Fire Palace with said shade. They end up with another seed. So potentially you can have 4 seeds on your freebies, although the dark seed would be out of logic because obviously we needed the axe to get the shade. And I think that's what the seed wanted you to do, is to go to Pure Land, grab the axe, and then go get shade. Because shade was a key part of our progression in the seed. Yeah, so we got shade out of logic, which meant we could check Fire Palace out of logic. And yeah, we did not have to hop the wall, but the Fire Palace was still out of logic because shade itself was out of logic since we did not have the axe. So my thought process was, after doing freebies, let's just go to Pandora Ruins, see what's there. We find Dryad, we find the Wind Seed, and then let's go to Wind Palace. Now, my decision to go to Wind Palace was simply this. We had, 5 seeds? We had Dryad. So let's go to the Wind Palace and let's grind Dryad to at least level 4. Now, yeah, that takes a little bit of time. I think that took about 4 or 5 minutes. But in the end, I feel as though that was worth it because level 4 Dryad does a ridiculous amount of damage on bosses. We also needed to grab at least 5 walnuts for Pure Land because otherwise you can't sustain your MP. Otherwise, what happens if you don't have walnuts, you have to leave, you have to sleep, and then go back every time. We don't have access to Luna early, unfortunately, so the only other option you have is to get 5 walnuts. I was contemplating on getting 4, but thank goodness I didn't because 4 walnuts wasn't enough. So we needed 5. And that's the only reason why I got 5 walnuts, is because there's 6 bosses in Pure Land, and you have to sustain your MP somehow, unless you plan on fighting those things with weapons, which, honestly, I don't think it's a bad play, but I kind of do think it's a bad play because that Dark Lich is sitting at the last spot, and Dark Lich in general has higher defense, it has high HP, your sprite, so you won't be doing a lot of damage to that thing anyway. So unless you say grind up your gloves, you spend your money on glove upgrades, which we got a ton of glove orbs that seed. So I mean, I can kind of see it, but I don't know. I just don't feel that's efficient. You know, I feel as though spending 4 or 5 minutes grinding Dryad up to level 4, or perhaps even level 5 if you wanted to, and then getting 5 walnuts and then going to Pure Land, I think it's much more efficient because level 4 Dryad, as you saw, one-shot the Snapdragon, the first boss in Pure Land, one-shot Snapdragon. So we have 4 MP left for the next boss. It did not one-shot the next boss, but it got it low enough so it died within like 1 or 2 regular attacks. So this seed, I feel you need to manage your MP properly, and I feel as though I did a decent job of managing my MP, especially before Luna. And I think the key here is to use up all of your MP before using your walnuts, because even if you have 1 MP left, you can always use that 1 MP on, say, Dispel Magic and get some spell experience on Shade. I mean, I would rather do something like that than, say, use a walnut when I have 2 MP left or 1 MP left. You know what I mean? So use up every little bit of your MP so you get something out of it. And that's what I tried to do. So Dryad gets me through Pure Land quite nicely. We had to use up all 5 walnuts as I figured, because there's 6 bosses there and we need to sustain our MP somehow. So um, we found the axe, and then we found the boy. Honestly, I mean, let's be real. Let's be real here. We really did not need the boy, but the boy kind of helped out a little bit because the boy is another character and we can cast our magic a little bit faster with a second character. So that's pretty much the only purpose he had this seed. It's not like he came in with the whip or anything important. So I mean, getting the boy is optional. You don't need him this run, but he's nice to have around just for magic casting purposes. Um, let's see. So Axe in Pure Land, Boy in Pure Land, and then I decided to check Witcher's Castle because it was axe locked. It's hard complexity. The seed could have put something there, and it did. So that's why I decided to check that. What the seed really wanted you to do was go get the axe and then go get shade and then go get everything else. Um, so then we got the whip from Witch's Castle. We did some other checks, and then once you get the whip, then the seed pretty much opens up. Once you get the whip, you have to blind check everything because you don't get hints, obviously. We don't know what's required for Grand Palace unless you go there and check. And I think that's probably what I should have done as soon as I got the whip, is check to see what else we needed aside from Shade and Gnome, which we knew we needed. The other elementals we needed there were Dryad, which we had, and Luna. Now was Luna was in a pretty awful spot, but I mean, it's hard complexity. That kind of stuff you you know you kind of had to expect. Luna being behind the Earth Seed was pretty troll. Let's just leave it at that. Earth Seed was at, I believe, Mantis Ant, if I can remember correctly. Yeah, Earth Seed was at Mantis Ant. So after Pure Land, clearing out early game is pretty much your best bet because early game had the Earth Seed, it had Dryad, it had the whip, and it gives you the tools to get through Earth Palace. So Pure Land in the early game into turning in seeds is pretty much the route the seed wants you to take. Pretty much. Because otherwise, like I said earlier, you have to blind check everything. And I would rather just follow potential chains. That's what you call potential chains when you find progression items on, say, complexity 1 or something like that. Could be a potential chain. So it's almost always a good idea to follow it. Almost always. I can't say definitely always, but almost always. Because you never know with hard complexity. Hard complexity tends to do things like that. It'll put things behind chains. Of course, sometimes you can follow chains and it leads you to nothing. So, I mean, that has happened in the past too. But anyway, yeah, I can definitely see this being a rude seed for a lot of runners. Decision making is very important here, especially involving Sprite's MP. Walnuts are super important to get this seed if you want to do early Pure Land, if you want to do Pure Land in general on this seed, because you don't get access to Luna unless you do Pure Land, because Luna was locked behind the axe and the Earth Seed. I think Luna was, I want to say, complexity 3 or 4. Because let's see, axe was complexity 0. Where was the axe? I think the axe was on. No, axe was on red dragon, so the axe would be complexity 1 because we needed the sword to get to the axe. So axe would be complexity 1. You need the axe to get to the whip, so the whip would be complexity 2. Earthseed is complexity 0. Uh, Dryad is complexity 0 as well. So that would make Luna complexity 3. Yeah, so Luna's complexity 3. So there's no way you're getting to Luna without getting the axe on this seed. It's just not going to happen. So that means you have to bring 4 or 5 fairy walnuts, or you bring, you know, you upgrade your weapons to the point where you're comfortable dealing damage. But again, there's that dark lich in the 6 spot. So I don't know. I mean, it depends on how other runners run this seed. Definitely a rude seed this week. All right, anyway, 132.45 is our time for this seed of the week. We're gonna go ahead and put that time in. I imagine that a lot of the runners haven't completed this seed yet, but I'm gonna find out. 132.45. All right. Okay, so far we got 2 other runners. We got a 159.13 and a 204.34. Yeah, I can see those because it's like I said earlier, depending on the way they ran their seed, this seed definitely is going to take up a lot of time. This is definitely a 1.5 hour seed, 2 hour seed for sure. And honestly, I won't be surprised if we get some forfeits on this seed because again, the flag combinations are rude. You got hard complexity, disable hits, no MP restoration at level up, and no faster magic levels, and many chest traps. So those are some rude flags when they're put together. And I can definitely see some forfeits, some 2 hour times on this seed. It's a tough seed. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's a tough seed. I feel as though this is a seed where you kind of have to go in with a plan in order to tackle Pure Land at the very least. You have to have a plan to get through those bosses. Use your money wisely. Either use your money for walnuts or weapon upgrades. I feel as though walnuts are the way to go here. And I also feel that leveling up Dryad, or at the very least level up Sylphid, because Sylphid I believe was free. So, and you get a bunch of mana seeds for free too. Well, you get 3 mana seeds for free, but the other 2, one is actually no, there weren't a bunch of free mana seeds. It was just the Dryad seed, the light seed, and the fire seed were free. So 3 mana seeds were free. One mana seed is out of logic, and then the 5th mana seed is off of Warface. So yeah, so I feel as though that spending the time to level up your elemental to a comfortable level like 4 or 5. I mean, if someone doesn't get Dryad beforehand, at the very least you can level up Sylphid, and then you can deal decent damage to the bosses in Pure Land. I feel Dryad's a better choice, obviously, but again, it depends on how the runners ran their seeds. All right, so that is the seed of the week, number 211. 132.45 is our time. Yeah, this is a tough seed this week, folks. I'm not gonna lie to you, definitely a tough seed. All right, so I will see you guys next time.